We're on.
All right, we're on. We're not live tonight. Technical difficulties with our microphones. So we're coming on here to share Easter traditions and some new things I tried today. If you celebrate Easter, hopefully you know that Easter is next Sunday, April 9th. And maybe you made it to church for Palm Sunday. Maybe you didn't. I should have brought my palms up. So,
I'll redecorate my palms.
Oh, what do you mean? What'd you do?
Hey, hold on. I gotta show you. Let's see if I okay, can you see this? Yeah, you can see it. Look.
Yeah, that's what I always like to do, and I can't remember how I do it.
She did the back and forth, the little braiding, but it's not really braiding. And then Ava taught her how to do the crosses.
Oh, nice. Way to go, Ava.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of our traditions.
Ava.
That's one of our traditions, getting palms. And I don't know, I always like to have fresh palms on hand. Do you want to talk about one of our other traditions that we do with our family?
So the Saturday before Easter, we go to church at 12 o'clock and it's the blessing of the baskets. So they bless your meats. So we take our ham, we take kielbasi. They bless your wine. They bless your food. Not your food, I meant your bread. And usually we have homemade bread. Did Auntie Lane make homemade bread?
What?
Is Auntie Lane making homemade bread?
Mom said something like she's making bread Monday. And I was like, can I come for dinner? And she's like, it's an all-day affair. No.
And then blessing of the eggs.
Okay.
Melissa's going to talk about dyeing eggs. And then he does a blessing for everything else that you might have in your basket. So I usually throw in pepper, the butter, like the things we're going to use. And then Saturday night, our aunt and uncle always had us over, my Grammy's sister had us over for a blessing of the basket meal. So it would be cold ham, cold kielbasi, a special egg cheese, cranberries, not cranberries, but you know what I mean?
Like the cranberry horseradish.
Pickled cranberries. Eggs, deviled eggs. Oh, her horseradish, fresh from the garden, sprinkled on top. Bread. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so. But just something that our mom sent us. So we're Slovak. So when you went through Lent, you were obviously supposed to be fasting, and it was strict, and you were abstaining from certain foods. So there were certain foods that you prepared and had. So the kielbasi and the ham were meant to be made as the main meal. And then the horseradish is good with beets, like we said. And then it talks about like symbolizing a bitter life, how life would be without Jesus. So that's why you have that. And then I don't know why. So the picture she sent us has a picture of the butter lamb. Well, a lamb. But we always Aunt Elaine makes a butter lamb. Do you know why?
I think many people make a butter lamb.
Okay.
It says butter. This favorite dairy product was shaped into the figure of the lamb because Jesus is the Lamb of God.
Okay. And then the cheese that we eat is called siddick. And it's really just eggs. It's not actually cheese.
The Easter cheese is known as siddick and has a rather bland but sweet taste. It is indicative of the moderation Christians should have in all things. Cream cheese may also be used. I don't think she uses cream cheese.
No, it's literally just eggs, and I literally just said that before you said it.
I know. I was just reading.
Oh,
okay. Anything extra.
Okay. All right. So that's some of our tradition, and then the bread is called Pascha bread, and they make it at home. It is a cross between dough and what does that say? Sometimes a cross of dough is placed on top. So it's a sweet, rich, yeasty bread. So those are some of our traditions that we have. And this year, what I really wanted to do with this video, are you paying attention over there?
Yes, I'm making sure we got all of the little things.
Okay, because you look like you're reading and not paying attention.
I'm making sure that we had everything.
I
Because
thought,
I was reading those things because those I don't know by heart.
oh, okay.
I guess I should have had it up here so I could have read it up here. I apologize.
What I tried to do today, and I was going to go live with our mom, was you always see it floating around Easter time of dyeing your eggs with natural products. So not natural products, like with food. So that's what I tried to do today. And I will tell you, the recipe I was following was a lengthy process. So it was 30 minutes of, well, water, vinegar, boil, and then simmer for 30 minutes, cool. And then the egg had to dye for 30 minutes. So I was like, I'll do 4 because these are the things I have on hand. And suggestions were turmeric, onion, beets, kale, cabbage, blueberries, and coffee. So I had frozen blueberries, a red onion, coffee, of course, and actually used yesterday's coffee and turmeric. Yes.
This morning when I was reading, oh, sorry, I couldn't join you today. The cabbage actually gives a blue egg.
I know, that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will say my eggs did not get as bright as the pictures. They don't actually tell you how much to use. And I didn't really spend a lot of time researching it. So maybe, and then what I forgot to do, there's some suggestions. You can take your egg. Sorry, June. You can take your egg and put it in a nylon. That's a stocking. Millennials, stocking. It's not a sock. You can see through it. And you would put something. So like you would take a leaf, put the leaf on, put it in a stocking, and then you dye it. And then it would come up with
neat
design.
Yeah.
So lots of things like that. So since we went to later church today and I got up early, I was like, I'll just hard boil my eggs before church. I'll do a couple. I'm in charge of bringing eggs on Saturday. Great. Had an egg on a piece of toast. I marked said eggs, hard boiled. And then came home and I had boiled 1 pot of water. Was ready to go with the red onion. I had that one in. It was okay. It wasn't really red. It was a little brown. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I made the pot of coffee. I made the pot with the turmeric. And then I made the pot with the blueberries. And while I was removing the pot,
did you smash the blueberries like when you make wine with grapes? Did you like
smash? The water was so blue. It was so cool.
Wow.
So I go to take them out and I'm using a tong and I was like, dang it, I smashed my egg. And I was like, wow, that was really soft. And then I was like, oh man, because sometimes I don't hard boil well. Sometimes I do a really good job and Aaron says they're great. They peel great. And then I like pushed it a little more and I was like, that's raw. So I happened to grab this container of eggs, not hard boiled, from my fridge. And those are the ones I dyed.
So how do they
hard boiled eggs? So before I realized that, they were all really nice colors. The turmeric got a nice orange. That was probably the darkest. The coffee was just like a shade of brown. The red onion was actually brown. And the blueberry I was a little disappointed. I thought they'd be like really blue. They're all just like shades of brown now.
Oh, they look like the natural eggs.
They look like natural brown eggs.
Yeah.
Because then I had to boil them. Because they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like this was the onion. You really can't see it you can see it's a little brown. But that one stayed the darkest, but that was a bummer.
Yeah. So now you have 24 hard-boiled eggs.
Well, no, one I broke. So I have 9 plus 7.
That's 16.
This is not 9. This is 11. 11 plus 9. 8.
Okay, that's 20.
19.
20. Good thing I'm here to do the math for you tonight.
Pressure. So anyway, that's my Easter demo I was going to do today. I think it's super cool. I would totally go with it. I think it's kind of fun. The only thing I was like, I felt like I was wasting water, but I guess you could have watered your plants with it. I don't know what they would have done.
Well, the spices could have possibly killed your plants.
I know.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing I was kind of disappointed in. I was like, oh, this is a lot of water. This took a lot of time. And well, that was my mistake. But now I'm
yeah,
ready.
that does take a lot of time. So you know what I did last year was I asked Mom to go to the farm, the nearby farm.
Okay.
Get me different colored eggs. So they're, yeah, to get me a variety. So, you know, there was those white, they were tan, but then they were like orangish, but then some were like literally like light green and blue. And what she does is she just puts all different color eggs in one 12 egg carton, and you have a mixture, but I just hard boiled them because they were already dyed.
Nice.
Looked like all that.
She's like, why are you dyeing your eggs? Aren't you going to peel them? And I was like, yeah, but
they were like all that little feng shui color, like,
oh, nice, very relaxing.
Yes.
Well,
all right.
Our Easter edition. Leave any comments, any questions. Let us know if you tried
leave a bunny, leave a chick.
if you tried any fancy dyeing recipes, or you know, maybe a statement about your Easter traditions.
Nice.
All right.
Signing
off. Thanks for watching.
Happy holidays.